Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This is the Madness Racing League Season 1 2025 All-Star Race, live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of all the stock car racing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're set for 16 drivers to take on an open lap, 20 lap event here, and then 50 lap main event right after. Everyone advancing. We'll see how they shake out here. We'll turn up the music, get ready for driver introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll bow our heads and close our eyes. We'll do the national anthem real quick here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That is the national anthem over here. We'll kick off the music here again once more. We get ready to introduce you guys to these drivers here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel here. This is the open race for tonight's main event. We'll get ready for the night's main event here in the All-Star race for the Madness Racing League. They'll tack on 20 laps here and then open race first to get it done. Starting on the pole here with the quickest time for the night's open race is the number 15 Napa Auto Parts Chevy Camaro of Carter Jackson. Starting on the outside pole here in the open race for the All-Star race here in the Madness Racing League, that's the number 02 Toyota Supra of Nicholas Maynard. Rounding out the second row, third place spot, driving the number 5 Kubota Chevy Camaro from Greer, South Carolina in the open race tonight, that's Showtime Chase Johnson. Starting on the fourth place spot on the outside from Honorsville, Georgia, driving the 777 Scott Toyota Supra. Trying to score the victory here in the open race here was set for 20 laps. That's Bobby Kyle Terry Hughes Jr. from Troy, Alabama, the 25-year-old driving the number 81 Ford Mustang, the U.S. Navy veteran. We'll round out the fifth place spot here. Your mom's favorite driver, John Michael Bryant, driving the number 23 J Money Sense Toyota Supra from Greer, South Carolina, the 29-year-old will round out the sixth place spot this time around. Travo Wall from Pelzer, South Carolina, driving the number 7 Ford Performance Ford Mustang. Looking to make something shake here. He'll shake out the 7th place spot. And on the inside of him, driving the number 2 Chevy Camaro, that's Bobby Reynolds. Aaron Cornelius, Counseless, you name it, driving the number 9 will shake out the 9th place spot here. So the number 9 will shake out the 9th place spot with the Rain Man Poncho McDowell driving the number 47 Chevy Camaro. On the outside of him in the 10th place spot here, Greg Wharton, the Magic Man from Thomasville, North Carolina. Now you see me, now you don't. Greg Wharton looking to make something shake here in the night's open race, the 2025 All-Star race, the Season 1 Madness Racing League at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Behind him will be the number 33 Home Run Cafe Chevy Camaro of Tony Cook. That's the fabric sharpener of Chris Sharpener from High Point, North Carolina, driving the number 22 Chevy Camaro. teammate of Poncho Ray McDowell. We're gonna make something shake here. He'll start out in the 13th spot tonight. On the bottom side of him, driving the Triple Deuce Dream Machine Chevy Camaro from B-Town, Indiana. That's Chris 90. On board, finally got a team here. Signed this morning with Maynard Motors. Him and Nicholas Maynard will be teaming up for Season 2 in the Xfinity Series. Breaking news here at the racetrack here, the All-Star event here, where Carter Jackson will lead them here in the open race. And we're set on. We'll kill the music here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ready to tack on 20 laps here in an open event. Get these guys used to the racetrack here before we take on tonight's 50-lap feature for a $25 iRacing gift card here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you press that follow button, press that like button. You found it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 20 laps for an open race here to get these guys again warmed up here for tonight's main event here. Carter Jackson's going to lead them to the restart zone. Peter the pace car is going to pull down on the pit road. Carter Jackson will get the green flag. We're green here in Charlotte in the All-Star Race Open. Bobby Cowell going to spin a little bit of tire there. Going to separate these guys big time. John Michael Bryant going to fill on the bottom side. Two supers are going to climb the bank into turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Carter Jackson's going to take the race lead here. These guys side by side here in the World Racing of Stock Cars. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 laps here for an open race to get these guys tuned in for these race cars here. It's the number 9 battling door to door here. That's Aaron Countless. He'll get loose here. Caution flag fly. Wow. Caution flag out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel already. We'll back that ass up here, as we always do here, kicking it up All-Star style. We'll back it up. That's the number 9 of Aaron Cornelius, Countless. You name it. He'll spin it out off turn 4 here. We'll ride on board with Aaron, and you see his hands busy inside of that race car. He'll lock it down here. Doesn't seem like he had any damage in here. It doesn't seem like he'll conflict anybody else here. But the number 9 will spin it around here, and he'll bring out the first caution flag here tonight. We'll flip it back over to the main broadcast here as the caution flag is flown. Peter the pace car out on pit road right there. Looks like Carter Jackson's still going to be the race leader down the back stretch, with Nicholas Maynard following in the 2nd place spot. Showtime Chase Johnson will stay in the 3rd place spot. Terry Hughes Jr. on the march here. He's up 1 spot here. We'll take a commercial break here. The 20-lap open event here for the All-Star race tonight. Bringing you a little bit of action on a Sunday night on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll be right back right after this. here on the Booty Scoop Racing channel. We'll throw it back to the main broadcast here, surfing through the field here. That's the number 96 of Greg Wharton, the Magic Man from Thomasville, North Carolina. Says we can't see him, but I promise you he's right there, glowing underneath the sun here. That's a badass paint scheme from the Magic Man here, shaking out the 8th place spot here as we get ready to get the one to go green here from Freddie the Flagman. Yes, they'll double it up here. Carter Jackson sit on the pole here for the open race here for the 2025 All-Star event here for the Madness Racing League. Ladies and gentlemen, Xfinity Season 2 signups are on our way here. We were told by the admin to let you guys know here. Free to join, free to race. Make sure you get admin guys in the chat here. I believe the Madness Racing League is in the chat. Yes, there they are right there. I'll pin them for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the iRacing platform here. This is the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is MRL Season 1 2025 All-Star Open Race here. We were set for 20 laps of an open race and then 50 to follow in the main event here. Ladies and gentlemen, 0 sets of tires here in the open race for these guys here. Just a little quick heat race in to get these guys comfortable with each other here so we can have the best main event possible for you guys here on the Booty Scoop Racing channel. Meanwhile, Carter Jackson out front here for the 20 lap here. He's been out front. 4 laps are in the book here. All of them been under caution here. As the number 9 of Aaron Cornelius, you name it. Right there, the number 9 machine gets loose off turn 4 and goes around here. But meanwhile, Carter Jackson's going to lead them back to the restart zone here. We'll be ready to go back racing here on the Booty Scoop Racing channel. It's going to be Carter Jackson and Nicholas Maynard in the front row. Chase Johnson and Terry Hughes in the second row. Carter Jackson will bring them to the restart zone here. The Charlotte Motor Speedway, the world racing stock car. Meanwhile, holy snap, looks like Chase Johnson almost runs it to the back end of Carter Jackson here. Meanwhile, we're going to have a battle for the race lead here. Nicholas Maynard, Carter Jackson, door-to-door for the Madness Racing League open race. Carter Jackson reading the lead there. Nicholas Maynard will set back down in the second place spot here with Terry Hughes Jr. following right behind in the third place spot. Big loser there is going to be Showtime Chase Johnson. 3 spots down there on the restart. Almost runs into him, but he gets a little bit of dash and damage there, so you never know. He might have a little bit of damage from somebody. Somebody might have jacked him up here. Meanwhile, on the move here is the number 96, the Magic Man of Greg Wharton here. We were just talking about him before we went back green here. The Magic Man on the tear here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. He'll battle door-to-door with Showtime Chase Johnson down into turns 3 and 4. That's the number 7 of Travo Wall getting loose in the corner here. He'll save underneath him. The number 9 of Aaron Pound. Looks like he'll make an adjustment to that race car. He's got it back underneath him. Chris Knight, he looks like he'll jump and hit the fence there big time. Him and Nick Crawford here. Poncho Rayman McDowell pass on the bottom side of Nick Crawford here. Slide up the racetrack here. Poncho McDowell trying to make something shake here. Had an excellent run last night in the Xfinity Series Championship race that was won by Alfonso Claudio. Ran damn good all night long. The ring man here at Charlotte. Trying to dial in this race car here for the feature right after this. So we got 13 laps remaining here in the night's Madness Racing League All-Star event open. Meanwhile, Carter Jackson set sail here to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Terry Hughes Jr. on the charge. The number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. from Troy, Alabama, trying to break the streak here to Charlotte Motor Speedway in the night's All-Star Open event. Get that race car dialed in for the actual All-Star race right after this. We're set for 50 laps here. Carter Jackson in the race lead here. Terry Hughes Jr. will blink in, blink out. Will come right back. There he goes. Nicholas Maynard will follow right behind in the 3rd place spot. Meanwhile, the battle shaking up for the 4th place spot here. That's your mom's favorite driver, John Michael Bryant, battling door-to-door. Bobby Kyle here from Honorsville, Georgia. The 64-year-old looks like he'll get the best of him here, but here comes the Magic Man down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, we've got guys loose here. That's going to be Showtime Chase Johnson. Falling to the back of the pack here, so trouble for Showtime Chase Johnson here with 11 laps in here. Meanwhile, these guys are putting on a show here, trying to get to the end here. Get these cars figured out here so they know exactly what they want, what they can do here. Come time for the actual main event here. 10 laps remain in the All-Star Open race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of stock car racing. The Magic Man's been pretty much the topic so far. He'll cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. Trying to get to the back bumper of Bobby Kyle here, but don't like he'll be able to do it here. Carter Jackson, the race leader, selling away here with 9 laps remaining. Showtime Chase Johnson on pit road here. So some troubles there. He'll get that car fixed up here. Gonna be okay for Showtime Chase Johnson. And we still got one more feature after this for 50 laps where the money actually counts for. You'll get that machine paired up for this. Meanwhile here, Bobby Kyle, the Magic Man of Greg Wharton here, caught the back bumper of Nicholas Maynard here with 9 laps remaining here. The kid, Nicholas Maynard, falling off here. He'll jump to the outside of the racetrack here. Bobby Kyle is going to be door to door here, trying to shut the door on Greg Wharton. He'll get it done. Carter Jackson will sit on the pole. He's stretching his lead out over the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. He's got separated a little bit. Nicholas Maynard trying to run him down here. Nicholas Maynard on the top side of the racetrack. 2 turns 3 and 4. Terry Hughes Jr. will scrape the wall. That'll open up the door for the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. He'll look back for the second place spot. Nicholas Maynard back to second place, but here comes the 64-year-old of Bobby Kyle down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's got something to say, wanting the third place spot. These guys are going to go. They're going to have to go now. 7 laps are in the book. Carter Jackson selling away here with the open race for the United's All-Star event here for the Madness Racing League Season 1. The Charlotte Motor Speedway, Greg Wharton, the Magic Man. Meanwhile, Bobby Kyle will get in to Terry Hughes Jr. Caution flag, big hit here for Terry. My, oh my. Another guy, Tony Cook involved. Chris Schaffner involved. Terry Hughes Jr. involved. Caution flag out here with 6 laps remaining in the Madness Racing League All-Star Open event here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll back that ass up here for a Madness Racing League instant replay. Holy snap, the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. We're just talking about him on a tear here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And him and Bobby Kyle were battling door to door. 2 turns 3 and 4 here. Bobby Kyle looks like he's going to get up the racetrack just a tad bit here and get into the right rear, or the left rear, excuse me, of Terry Hughes Jr. Terry Hughes Jr. is going to take a big shot here. And so will Chris Schaffner. Travis Wall able to escape through here. Tony Cook involved. Chris Schaffner with a big shot here to the outside wall as well. Multiple guys involved here. Terry Hughes Jr. looks like he'll get it back rolling here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chris Schaffner looks like he's going to be toast here. That'll kill it for the open here. These guys are going to have a lot of work to do to these race cars. Tony Cook back down on pit road. Terry Hughes Jr. trying to get it back around. Carter Jackson still leads them here in the All-Star Open race event for the Madness Racing League. 5 laps remaining. We'll go to overtime here in the open race for the All-Star event right around the corner right after this. welcome back to the broadcast channel here. This is the Madness Racing League Season 1 2025 All-Star Open Race here. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a 20-lap event here. We're shaking it down here. We're heading the overtime here in the open race. Set for 50 laps. Feature main event right after this. These guys will get some of these cars repaired for some of them here, as we've had a big wreck here just occurred with Terry Hughes Jr. and Bobby Kyle involved here. Chilling up here with Billy the Blimp driver, throwing back Budweiser shots like it's nobody's business because you can't get drunk in a DUI driving a blimp. Or at least that's what I've been told. I hope not. Just get me down here. Get me back in the booth here, ladies and gentlemen. Carter Jackson starts on the pole. He's led them all here so far here. He'll lead them down the back stretch with Nicholas Maynard on the outside of him here. That'll be the two front row guys with the Magic Man of Greg Wharton from Thomasville, North Carolina. Right down the road here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Bobby Kyle will make the trip up north here. Looking to score the victory here in the night's open event. Every single one of these guys in the field you see currently will advance on to the feature. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button. Season 2 Xfinity signups are open, free to join, free to race here in the Madness Racing League. Carter Jackson and Nicholas Maynard and the rest of these guys will head to overtime here in the open race. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter the Pace car will pull down on the pit road. Carter Jackson will lead him to the restart zone. And we are back green. Nicholas Maynard on the top side. Greg Wharton down on the bottom side. Carter Jackson selling away. Down the backstretch, still go. It'll be single file. Carter Jackson will take it into turns 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag this time around. Nicholas Maynard tries something on the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Greg Wharton will fold down to the bottom side of the racetrack in the third place spot. John Michael Bryant's got Bobby Kyle all over the tail end of him. Meanwhile, Aaron Catalyst, making his Madness Racing League debut here in the All-Star Race Open, will compete in the Season 2 Xfinity Series. He's currently running the 6th place spot. Can he score top 5? White flag is in the air. Down the backstretch they go. Carter Jackson into turns 3 and 4 for the final time of the night. Nicholas Maynard trying to run him down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He won't be able to get him. Carter Jackson will come off turn 4. And from green flag to checkered flag, Carter Jackson will go from the pole to victory lane here in the Madness Racing League Season 1 2025 All-Star Race. Well, the open race. Ladies and gentlemen, Carter Jackson looks like he's got something here for these folks tonight. As we get ready to go part these things on victory lane and in the garage, they'll tune it up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the All-Star Race here in the Madness Racing League, as that was the open race, going to the winner of the number 15 of Carter Jackson. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, that guy right there driving the number 15 Napa Auto Parts machine of Carter Jackson just won the open race here in the Madness Racing League All-Star event here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of stock car racing. He'll round out the first place spot here. Pretty much the guys that just competed in the open race will round out how they finish. Carter Jackson will get the pole here. We'll run it down real quickly. See if we can't try something different here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel here. See if we can't get the grid to load up. Yes, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see if we can't close up this ticker for you guys right there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like it's going to be, we can flip the page here. John Michael Bryant getting the 6th place spot with Terry Hughes Jr. in the 5th place spot. Travis Wall and the 8th place spot. Bobby Reynolds will get the 7th place spot, but I don't like the way that this is looking, so we'll do it the traditional way here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with Carter Jackson scraping out the pole here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the night's All-Star event here. Nicholas Maynard will get the 2nd place spot on the outside. Your mom's favorite driver, John Michael Bryant, will get the 4th place spot on the outside road with the Magic Man of Greg Wharton from Thomasville, North Carolina, the hometown kid, trying to make something shake here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Aaron Countless, Cornelius, you name it, will round out the 6th place spot on the outside with Bobby Kyle from Montersville, Georgia. on the inside in the 5th place spot. Chris Knighty will get the 7th place spot here on the inside behind Bobby Kyle. With Bobby Reynolds, the two Bobbies will shake out here in the top 10. Bobby Reynolds will get the 8th place spot. Travo Wall from Pelzer, South Carolina, driving the number 7 Ford Performance Ford Mustang, will round out the 9th place spot here. With the new Maynard Motors employee, Nick Crawford and Nicholas Maynard partnership to come in season 2 here. Going to get a total rebrand here. We're going to make something shake here. For all the fans here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Nick Crawford rounding out the 9th place spot. Terry Hughes Jr., the U.S. Navy veteran from Troy, Alabama, the 25-year-old, made something shake there in the open race, got the wall, shook back in the back of the field there, but had some speed inside that race car. We'll see how he shakes out here in the night's main event here in the All-Star race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Terry Hughes Jr., meanwhile, Tony Cook in the 12th place spot on the outside, driving the Home Run Cafe number 33 Chevy Camaro. You find it at 810 North Main Street right there on the back of that race car. You see it, Greer, South Carolina. Make sure you go check him out. That's Tony Cook. Starting in the 13th place spot behind him, that's the Rain Man from Greenville, South Carolina, driving the number 47 Chevy Camaro. That's Poncho McDowell. Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina, right up the road here from Charlotte, North Carolina at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Shaking out the 14th place spot here. Chris Schaffner trying to make something shake here tonight in the All-Star event. And Showtime Chase Johnson will make adjustments to that race car with damage on it. He'll start, shotgun tail end of the field here tonight. Driving the number 5 Kubota machine from Greer, South Carolina. We'll shake back up here to Carter Jackson, who's already got a victory inside of that book of his tonight, as he led every single lap from green flag to checker flag in the open race. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you came to see here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Peter the pace car will pull on the pit road right there, and Carter Jackson will bring him to the restart zone, and we'll fire off tonight's All-Star race here for the Madness Racing League. We're green here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of stock car racing. Working down on the bottom side of the racetrack into turns 3 and 4 of the new guy. Aaron Cornelius down to the wall again. Boom, big crash here. Nick Crawford involved. Big shot. New guy involved. Chris Schaffner involved. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Wow, we couldn't even get one lap completed in the book. We'll throw up the instant replay here for the All-Star style. Ladies and gentlemen, holy cow. Aaron Cornelius. Or Cornelius, again, you pronounce it however you want to. Let's racing on the outside of Chris Knighty here. We'll take a look and see exactly what happened here. Gets loose going in the corner. Takes a big shot on the outside wall here. Thought back and just Nick Crawford and the rest of these guys. Nowhere to go. Nick Crawford takes a hard shot onto the outside wall here. Back it up one more time. We'll ride on board with Nick Crawford. See exactly what he's seen. Nowhere for Nick Crawford to go here. As he rides into turns 3 and 4, he sees him get loose in front of him, nowhere to go. And bang, a big shot to the outside wall for Chris. Well, Nick Crawford, excuse me, the only guy, Chris, that got through that one was Chris Knighty. It's Chris Schaffner. Doesn't look like he has much damage on the race car, but was able to get through it here. But Bobby Reynolds and the rest of these guys, Aaron Cornelius, will go off into the infield care center along with Nick Crawford. And Carter Jackson will go and catch Peter the pace car down the backstretch in the turns 3 and 4. And we'll throw it to the commercial break here. We'll go back up with Billy the Blip driver, Carter Jackson in control here of the All-Star race for the Madness Racing League. ladies and gentlemen. We were battling some more technical difficulties. We've got to get this figured out where we cannot see the chat and or lose connection with the video at the same time. Meanwhile, as we were talking about before we had a caution flag here, we'll do a little rundown here. The number 96 of Greg Warren, the Magic Man from Thomasville, North Carolina, right down the road. Has hit the turbo button here at the Madness Racing League All-Star race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway here. He's up 8 spots from where he started here. He's got something to say here in the All-Star race. The number 96 looks bad fast here on the long run. Meanwhile, your mom's favorite driver from Greer, South Carolina, the 29-year-old. Make sure you tell your mom to keep her shirt up. He's close to Gatsville. Carter Jackson here. He's got something to say here. Looks like he backed it down a tad bit there the last couple laps here, trying to say something on the long run here. Does he have something for the number 15 Napa Auto Parts machine of Carter Jackson? Meanwhile, the battle's shaking up back here for the 8th, 9th place spotter, Travo Wall, the number 22, Chris Schaffner, Chris Knighty here. Chris Knighty will shake up and hit the fence there big time. Got to keep it out of the wall there. One set of tires in the pit for 50 laps here. Plenty of gas in the tank. Meanwhile, the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard from Wilford, South Carolina. Had a bad race, bad fast race car, excuse me, in the open race. We've seen it finish second place. Started second place in the night's All-Star race. As he's falling back 8 spots, currently shaking out the 10th place spot as he runs. Meanwhile, looks like caution flag is flown here on the racetrack, possibly, I don't think. It's got flag, they still got it green. Yes, like we're still keeping it green here. These guys are putting on an absolute clinic, or I should say an absolute show. The only one putting on a clinic is that guy right there, the number 15 Napa Auto Parts machine of Carter Jackson. He'll take it into turns 3 and 4 down the bottom side of the racetrack. John Michael Bryant will fall in the tail end behind him. The gap's increased a little bit off turns 4 here. Greg Wharton, the Magic Man from Thomasville, North Carolina, right up the road, still making something shake here. Meanwhile, the 2 older folks of the Madness Racing League, that's the number 2 of Bobby Reynolds down on the bottom side of the racetrack, hard into the wall. Bobby Reynolds down on the bottom side of the racetrack, we're still green here. See how long we keep it green on the Madness Racing League. Bobby Reynolds connects with the outside wall hard here. We'll keep it green. Meanwhile, Chris Schaffner trying to run down the number 5 of Showtime Chase Johnson, but the battle was heating up here between the 2 older guys of the Madness Racing League. That's the 64-year-old of Bobby Kyle here. It's been racing on the line since it's become a thing here, along with that guy right there, the owner of the Home Run Cafe, Tony Cook. And the 2 older guys will go back and forth here with years of experience underneath their belt here, putting on a show for the fans on the Booty Street Racing channel. We'll take a commercial break. 17 laps are in the book here, almost 30 laps remaining here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Madness Racing League All-Star Season 1 event here. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button. Carter Jackson leads them here. John Michael Bryant trailing in his footsteps, not far behind. We'll be right back here right after this. Bang, bang. Kept it on the commercial break there because we were riding around there with the number 96 of Greg Wharton, the Magic Man here, as they all come down pit road this time. One set of tires for these guys all night long here. We'll ride around with a couple of these kids here. Looks like Nicholas Mater is going to come down pit road as well. We'll look down on pit road with him as he'll drive right through pit road. So Nicholas Maynard must have seen something he didn't like. Different strategy for him. Meanwhile, Carter Jackson, the race leader, will come out the race leader. John Michael Bryan, Chase Johnson, Tony Cook, Bobby Kyle, Chris Schaffner, and then Travo Wall will be the guys on pit road as they run around here. Kevin Tankos will stay out on the racetrack here. So a little bit of strategy here in the night's All-Star event here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I believe Nicholas Maynard might have caught on to that, and he'll drive right through pit road. So these two guys will have a set of tires remaining in the pits here. Not quite ready to use them here. Try to use it to their advantage here, but Carter Jackson will come in the race leader, shape back out to the third place spot here with a brand new set of tires. We'll complete the commercial break here and be right back right before we go green. Bang, bang, bang. Back here on the Booty Scooter Racing channel, Kevin Tankos and Nicholas Maynard trying to shake it up here to Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of stock car racing for the Madness Racing League Season 1 All-Star Race. Kevin Tankos from Hawthorne, New Jersey, the 20-year-old, will start from the pits here. Get the lucky dog, get back on the lead lap here from the first caution. Now he's the race leader here. Nicholas Maynard on the outside. Not ready to use that set of tires yet, but Carter Jackson's on a set of 4 fresh Goodyear tires, looking to make something shake here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As he'll lead every lap of the open race and lead every one we've had so far here tonight, but that's been the change here right now as Chase Johnson will shake out the 5th place spot with Tony Cook and John Michael Bryan as well. Carter Jackson will lead him to the restart zone here. But never mind, that's Kevin Tankos, excuse me, we're green here, back in the All-Star race. We had an excellent run. Let's see if we can't get another one like we just had. Meanwhile, Kevin Tankos will pull out front here. He's able to hold the race lead. John Michael Bryan hard into the wall. Caution flag flies here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. On lap 23 for the number 23. Tell your mom to go grab another beer. We know she just threw that one in the air. As her favorite driver, John Michael Bryan, just absolutely plowed the outside wall. Let's take a look and see exactly what happened here. John Michael Bryan was coming through the bacons in 1 and 2 here. Cracks loose on him. And he'll slam the outside wall here. We'll back it up one more time. We didn't get a great angle of exactly what happened to your mom's favorite driver, John Michael Bryan. Let's take a look here. He just snaps loose. Bang, bang, hard there for John Michael Bryan. He'll keep it in the fence here. Looks like Nicholas Maynard was able to get around the rest of these guys as well. But John Michael Bryan hard into the race wall. Race outside fence here, excuse me. The 29-year-old's got some right rear damage on that Toyota Supra here. So we're right on board with him. He's slamming the steering wheel, pissed off. But he'll reach over there in the cubby and put in another bucked up nicotine pouch here. John Michael Bryan brings out the caution flag here. None of his own doing though. He'll get loose. Try to keep it underneath him here. As minimal damage as possible here. The caution flag out here. Kevin Tankos still the race leader though as we approach the halfway point this time around. Bang! Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, getting you some action-packed shots down there on the great racing surface here, the home of the stock car racing, the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Carter Jackson going to be the race leader here. Sounds like a familiar sight all night long here from Charlotte. And the All-Star event here. He led every lap of the open race from green flag to checkered flag. Meanwhile, he jumped out back front to the lead here. He lost it for a brief second here. It looks like Kevin Tanko's the driver of the number 4 Budweiser Chevy Camaro. Just came up short in last night's Xfinity Series Championship. But back out here the night's All-Star race, looking to prove a point here. He'll go get his fresh set of tires that time around as he shakes out the 9th place spot. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard stays out on the racetrack as well. He's in the 4th place spot, but Chase Johnson and Carter Jackson will come to the restart zone here as we get ready to fire up back green here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 24 laps are going to be remaining here in the 2025 All-Star race for the Madness Racing League. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Chase Johnson looking to make something shake down the bottom side around Carter Jackson. Through turn 22 they'll go. Fanning out all the way through the field here. Looks like we're going to have a couple battles, might be able to shake out through here. Meanwhile, Terry Hughes Jr., the United States Navy veteran, driving the number 81 Menard Ford Mustang. Seen him do his thing in the open race. Started making some moves throughout the field. We got a big pile up back here. Travo Wall goes around. Caution flag out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Holy cow, we couldn't get away from it fast enough. Pelzer, South Carolina, of Travis Wall, driving the number 7, will go around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with the helps to look like the number 22 of Chris Schaffner. Take a look here. Looks like Travis Wall's just going to get loose here. Chris Schaffner nowhere to go here. It's going to send Travis Wall spinning around here to Charlotte Motor Speedway. He'll lock it now. And the number 7 champion Ford Mustang looks like he'll get it refired here and get it going right on board with Travo Wall. Yes, they'll get it refired here. The number 7 back going straight here. Carter Jackson in the race lead here. Showtime, Chase Johnson, Bobby Kyle, and the rest of these guys. It's Peter the Pace car. Better slow his ass down before he gets a ticket here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Back after this, ladies and gentlemen, Carter Jackson, pure dominance here in the All-Star race. Peter the Pace car currently in control as they speak, though. League back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the Madness Racing League Season 1 All-Star race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. That guy right there driving the Napa Auto Parts, chromed out, number 15, Michael Walk Tribute. That's Carter Jackson. Won already once tonight here in the open race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the All-Star race. Led it from green flag to checker flag, but if you're just tuning in, he's been in pretty much control all night long here so far up to the ninth point. The 21 lap to go mark here. Showtime Chase Johnson started shotgun tail into the field here. A couple good pit stops from the Kubota number 5 Chevy Camaro team. We'll get him out front here, the second place spot here. Meanwhile, Tony Cook and Bobby Kyle were duking it out back and forth here. Both of these guys in their 60s. Racing out here, showing these young bucks how to get it done here. Meanwhile, the kid Nicholas Maynard still yet the pit here. He's currently P5 on the board here, sitting about 35 laps on those tires. Must be banking on something nice. Chris Schaffner on the outside of John Michael Bryant. But Carter Jackson will lead him to the restart zone here. We get ready to go back racing here in the All-Star race here for the Madness Racing League at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Carter Jackson fires back off. We're back green. Bobby Kyle's going to get a good launch here on the bottom side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, John Michael Bryant's going to split Nicholas Maynard 3 wide here. Chris Schaffner on the top side. John Michael Bryant soars through the middle side. He'll get a 2-for-1 special off turn 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Bing, bing, bing. The 20 lap remaining bell. That's what it is. The number 22 of Chris Schaffner from right down the road here from High Point, North Carolina. He's got something to say here. He's trying to win the night All-Star race here in the Madness Racing League Season 1. Because he'll be racing possibly full-time next season. His sign-ups right now for the Xfinity Series Season 2 are open here in the Madness Racing League. Free to join, free to race. Meanwhile, Bobby Kyle and Tony Cook begin to kick it back up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They say respect your elders. This is why they get it done no matter how much. A talent is a talent. Tony Cook trying to run down Bobby Kyle here. Through the dog leg, Chase Johnson might have a little somebody on the back door knocking. That's the 777 of Bobby Kyle here. Meanwhile, Carter Jackson in control down the back straightaway. 18 laps remaining. Meanwhile, that's your mom's favorite driver. Trying to run away from Chris Schaffner. The rest of these guys, Terry Hughes Jr. on the march here. Looking down the inside of Chris Schaffner on the 22 machine. John Michael Bryant will slam the door shut across the number 81 Menards machine, but he'll get tight, chasing up the racetrack. Terry Hughes Jr. will take advantage. The U.S. Navy veteran of Terry Hughes Jr. from Troy, Alabama. On the march here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're right on board with Terry. Ripping through the gears here as he's trying to run down the 4th place spot in front of him. Tony Cook, we're right on board with Tony Cook as he'll watch the battle in front of him with Bobby Kyle and Showtime Chase Johnson and the leader of Carter Jackson starting to sell away here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Look out the ass end of John Michael Bryant here. That's the 47 Rayman of Poncho McDowell, the 22 of Fabric Schaffner, Chris Schaffner on the outside, and Travo Wall. John Michael Bryant will make the pass. Chris Schaffner will give him a bump off the dog leg here. Things spicing up back here. The battle for the 6th place spot is heated up here. As Terry Hughes Jr.'s long way sailed away here with the 5th place spot. He'll get rid of all 4 of these guys and sail away. Meanwhile, Poncho McDowell charging hard on the bottom side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, here comes Chris Schaffner. He's got something to say. The hometown kid looking to the bottom side of the racetrack. He won't get it, but meanwhile, John Michael Bryant will get tight. He'll chase it. And Trevor Wall will open up the door for himself here. The battle for the 6th place spot will no longer be here. It's Bobby Kyle still trying to get around the number 5 Kubota Chevy Camaro. Chase Johnson here with 14 laps remaining here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. One of the better runs here from Tony Cook, driving the number 33 Home Run Cafe machine. As he might have something here to say. He's up 8 spots from his starting spot here. He's currently running 3rd. Can he run down Bobby Kyle? It's 4th place, excuse me. As Poncho McDowell will make quick work of the rest of these guys. Trevor Wall trying to get around the number 22, Chris Schaffner here in the turns 1. Looks like he'll be able to do it here. John Michael Bryant falling off here with 13 laps remaining. Meanwhile, Chris Knighty and Nicholas Maynard have not spared each other, and they've just been doing it all for about 3 laps here at the corner of my ear. I could hear it, but Nicholas Maynard looks like he's going to try the bottom side of the racetrack around Chris Knighty. Will he get it this time around? He'll chase it up the top side of the racetrack in front of Chris Knighty. Looks like Nicholas Maynard will complete the pass. He'll scrape the wall. Chris Knighty might get another shot here in the turn 1 with 12 laps remaining here. Meanwhile, though, Carter Jackson selling away with it here. The 2025 All-Star race for the Madness Racing League at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Can Showtime Chase Johnson get to that back bumper and have something to say for him? Meanwhile, the 777 of Bobby Kyle and the number 33 of Tony Cook follow tail to tail right here behind Showtime Chase Johnson with the next clear sky. Excuse me. It's Terry Hughes Jr. from Troy, Alabama. You see the gap right there as they drive through turns 1 and 2. Terry Hughes Jr. will climb the bacon through turns 2. Off in the back straightaway they'll go with 11 laps remaining here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll take our final commercial break here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back right after this. Who will win the first ever All-Star race here in the Madness Racing League? Bang! Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, we finally wind it down below 10 laps to go. We got 7 laps remaining here in the first ever Madness Racing League Season 1 2025 All-Star race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of stock car racing. Underneath the brake here, meanwhile, Bobby Kyle will lose a little bit of ground. Tony Cook in the number 33 will get around him here. He's on the charge, trying to run down Chase Johnson here as they come to 6 laps remaining here. But nobody looks like they've had anything all night long for the number 15 Napa Auto Parts machine of Carter Jackson. If you remember here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel about 2 months ago, Carter Jackson trying to race his way into the playoffs for the Xfinity Series. Runs out of gas racing against Jordan D for the final playoff spot right here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway and was nubbed from a chance to race for a championship. Carter Jackson comes to Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight knowing what he needs. He's got 5 laps remaining. Can he keep it under control? And can the rest of these guys keep it together for him? It's 5 laps remain here. And that's all it stands between a $25 gift card and Carter Jackson here in the Madness Racing League All-Star race. Tony Cook continues to close the gap over the number 5 Kubota Chevy Camaro of Chase Johnson. Again, want to remind everybody here watching on the TikTok that Season 2 signups are open right now. Free to join, free to race for the Madness Racing League. They are in the chat. Make sure you hit them up, tell them that you can join, and they'll get you signed up here. I'm just a broadcaster here. Meanwhile, here, we're doing one more quick rundown here with 4 laps remaining here. Carter Jackson leads the chase here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway as he approaches lap traffic. That's the number 2 of Bobby Reynolds in front of him here. Looks like Bobby Reynolds may move out of the way for the race here, and Lester shakes it up for him here, but Carter Jackson has just put on an absolute clinic here in the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Chase Johnson trails right behind him in the second place spot. Can he close up the gap here? But first he might have Tony Cook all over the back bumper of him, trying hard for the second place spot here. And Terry Hughes Jr. shaking it back here to the fourth place spot here. Looking for a top 5 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Carter Jackson will make quick work of the number 2 of Bobby Reynolds here. And looks like Bobby Kyle and the rest of these guys are just going to lose touch with Terry Hughes Jr. as the rest of these guys will get around lap traffic. With Terry Hughes Jr. on the charge here. He was set the fastest lap that last time around. United States U.S. Navy veteran on the move here to Charlotte Motor Speedway, but he's running out of time. I don't think he's going to have enough here. It's Showtime Chase Johnson running in the second place spot, losing every bit of ground necessarily that he needs to run down the number 15 of Carter Jackson, who will come off turn 4. And he'll see the white flag this time around, presented by AFLglobal.com. Carter Jackson comes to the Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight. 3 more corners separate him and the Madness Racing League All-Star Race Champion. And a $25 gift card here. Fails short about 2 months ago here, runs out of gas, snubs his way from the playoff spot here in the Xfinity Championship, but he'll come back here tonight. Down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time tonight, Carter Jackson. And the number 15 Napa Auto Parts Chevy Camaro will come through the dogleg, and he will win the Madness Racing League All-Star Race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Carter Jackson will come to the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Madness Racing League and kiss the girl, take the money and the prize. As he'll sweep the show, he'll take the open race and the feature. Got to make sure that number 15 passes tech bad fast all night. He'll get the congratulatory bump from Showtime Chase Johnson and Terry Hughes Jr. Tony Cook off the racetrack with the 3rd place spot. Bobby Kyle will bring home the top 5 spot. Poncho Rainman McDowell, what a run from Hill. He'll shake it all the way back up here for a top 6 spot. Travel Wall will get the P7 spot. Nicholas Maynard will shake back for the PA spot. Chris Schaffner from down the road will get the P9 spot. But Carter Jackson, the race winner here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the All-Star Race, will burn it down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Give it up for the race winner, Carter Jackson. Carter Jackson absolutely burning it down on here. We'll throw up the results from tonight's event here. Ladies and gentlemen, results from Heat 1 tonight here. The night's open race here. Went to that guy, the number 15 of Carter Jackson. Nicholas Maynard brought home the 2nd place spot. Greg Wharton gets the 3rd place spot. John Michael in the number 23. J Money Motorsports, number 4, will get the 4th place spot, excuse me. And then the 777 of Bobby Kyle, BKM Racing, will get the top 5 spot in the open race here tonight. And you see the rest of the guys and how they shook out behind it. We'll switch over to the feature race here that we just finished watching. Carter Jackson sweeps both of them. He'll take the main event here tonight, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Showtime Chase Johnson will finish 1.6 seconds behind in the 2nd place spot. And Tony Cook will get the 3rd place spot, and Terry Hughes Jr. will get the 4th place spot. Bobby Kyle on the BKM Racing 777 will get the 5th place spot, and the Rayman Poncho McDowell will shake back for the 6th place spot. Travel Wall will get the 7th place spot, and the kid, Nicholas Maynard, will get the 8th place spot. Chris Schaffner from right down the road in his number 22 Redline Racing Machine will get the 9th place spot, and the Green Machine Racing Triple Deuce of Chris 90 will get the 10th place spot. John Michael Bryan will round out the number 23 for the 11th place spot, and Bobby Reynolds will get the number 2, 11 laps down, in the 12th place spot. Kevin Jankos will finish in the 13th place spot with Greg Wharton in the 14th place spot. Nick Crawford making a team switch to Nicholas Maynard. The 2 Nicks will team up next year here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel in the Xfinity Series. And Aaron Countless will finish out in the 16th place spot, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it here for the Madness Racing League Season 1 All-Star Race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of stock car racing. We appreciate you following us here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and we appreciate it. Have a good night.